What's up, you guys? We are back out here on beautiful Toledo Bend Lake. I don't know if you remember this project or not. I'll do a quick little flashback and show you where we're at. But we came out here probably about a month ago, maybe a little bit more, and cleared this whole area out full of giant tall pine trees. You can kind of see back over here. This is similar to what it looked like. So we cleared it all out, raining the whole time. That's the remnants of our burn pile. But we're back out here on site today to tackle the next phase of it, transform this area into a shop pad. We're gonna try to throw together a start to finish video on this. Should go pretty quick. I got both machines here ready to go, but I'm pretty sure I'm only gonna need the dozer. I thought we still might do it. I thought we were gonna cut a little ledge in there for a retaining wall, and we might have to do it, but first off, we're gonna get in here and we're gonna shape all this up. You can see this post right here. We got about a 6-foot fill on this low corner right here by this utility pole. So it's actually maybe about 5 feet to get it to grade with the high corner, which is right over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lower all of that, try to cut down on some of this height and hopefully hit it about right here. That's what we got going on. So I'm gonna go get the GoPro set up. Gonna do a time lapse and try to capture the whole project and run over here. This utility pole, they've killed the power to it. For last time we were here, I was trying to work limbs and stuff around it. Turns out it was dead the whole time. So I'm actually gonna pull it up, set it down there by the ditch, and then park the excavator out the way since I don't think I need it for a while. Then we're gonna hop in the dozer and get to pushing a lot of this old topsoil, roots. You can see there's a lot of junk in it, but we're gonna push all that, stockpile it to the side for topsoil, and then get into I think there's a lot of clay in here. We're gonna get into a lot of that and level everything out, and then once we get done with that, we'll bring this topsoil back and fill it around the edges. All right, let's get going. Wrong. Just to point out kind of what my thought process is here. Where I just parked the excavator at, you'll kind of see it on the time lapse. But where I parked it at, I'm not gonna do anything there because we're gonna rock all of that. I need to kind of wait to the end to slope that. If I slope it, I want to do it with clay and not topsoil, not all these roots and stuff, or not clay, maybe do it with some of the standing material that we bring in for the house pad. But anyway, a good base for the rock. My plan is to cut all this dirt, take it to the tree line to our highest elevation or our highest fill. So whenever I come in here and I start filling with clay and stuff, I'll have all this overburden to bring back, kind of tie in the slopes. So that's my plan. So once you see me start cutting and pushing everything to that direction, that's what I'm going for. And first off, I'm gonna try to cut the pad off first, just so I can kind of get an idea real quick, like of how much overburden, how much cut there is of all this topsoil and stuff, and what it looks like, just to see if I'm actually gonna need the excavator or not. And one last thing to mention, over here on this tree line, I've got to go a little wider than what's staked out for a 20-foot lean-to added onto this building. So I'm pretty much gonna go all the way to the tree line and up to this southeast corner. And if I get the dirt kind of piled up pretty high, I'll go jump in the topsoil. Man, it's early on a Saturday morning out here working. I can't get my words straight. But I'm gonna go jump in the excavator and come over here and I'll stockpile some of this topsoil up and My goal is to get it down enough that we can get the dump truck out here and start packing the lifts in as we push dirt in on it. And I'm already seeing a few wet spots too, so that's some of the stuff I want to see. If I got some old stump holes out here that's got some wet material in them, I can dig them out with that excavator a lot better than I can with the dozer. So it's good to have it out here. But so if you see me cutting and moving the dirt, that's what the plan is. And I'm trying to, I don't know, just trying to see how much I can do. I'm just that type of person, so I'm trying to see how much I can get done today. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking, getting it out the way right now so we can have our time lapse doing most of the footage for us. We'll see how much we get done. Touch base with y'all in a little bit. I got a lot of dirt to move because that's all we do is move dirt. We got a pretty good cut to make up there on the uphill side of the pad right before you get to the pad. It's probably about 18 inches, so instead of spending the next hour and a half pushing, I'm gonna run over there real quick and cut it out with the track hoe, because there's a little bit of a transition there from basically no cut to about 18 inches, so I'm gonna take that out real quick so I can start pushing and rolling some of the field dirt down and onto the pad. So let's go knock that out real quick. Now that we got that done, I'm gonna scrape that off, clean it up a little bit, get that last little bit of junk and roots off there, then we're gonna start cutting and see what it looks like. Well, y'all, I gotta apologize. I quit filming there for a while. Probably most of the day. This hill has just been a challenge visually for me. Usually I pick up on stuff real quick, and from the other end I can see the pad and see how it all lays out. But once you start cutting into the side of this hill and everything keeps getting steeper and steeper, and it's just nothing but clay. I haven't found anything better than clay, and it's just hard to work. It's hard to, anyway, I had to focus to try to make this thing work. I'm starting to see the possibility of it working. We still got a long ways to go. Got some rain coming in, it looks like. I'm hoping it's gonna pass over us, but there's some pretty good lightning with it too, so I'm not gonna risk it. Need to hold off a little bit before I put any more dirt on it, so we can get here with the dump truck Monday and start packing it in too, and tightening that clay up before we go any higher with it. But I'm starting to see it coming together. I think it's gonna work, but it's definitely gonna be pretty cool. A lot of shape and a lot of sculpting going on. It's gonna be pretty cool to see what it becomes versus what it was when we started. What's up, you guys? We back out here day 2 on this house pad, shop pad inside of this, next to this hill out here on the lake. But we're not gonna waste much time this morning. We got a lot of dirt to push, move some of this topsoil out of the way, so let's get to it. We're ready to roll. All right, y'all, before we get too far with it and pushing dirt, I kind of wanted to show y'all some of the cuts that we've made so far and what we've got going on. And yeah, look, we understand this ain't the prettiest dirt either, but what we're trying to do is just get some shape to all of this and get it leveled out, and then we're gonna come back in here with 12 inches or so of some good clean pad dirt. But Matt's in the dump truck fixing to compact it. We got a little bit of rain over the weekend, so it is a little soft, but some good moisture will help everything too. But you can see right here on this one corner, we dropped it down a little over 2 feet, and that's where we're going to kind of start our grade across here to that other stake on the other side, because there was about a 6 feet fill. So we're trying to eliminate some of the height on that corner. So if we drop this inside down, then it'll help bring that side down too. But the only other challenge that we're presented with is having we're gonna have a back entry off this high corner. Probably gonna come down at an angle with a retaining wall across the back. So we're gonna do some more cutting. I'm pretty sure I gotta lower this a little bit on the backside because this water's gonna kind of drain around and out. And then the rest of this is gonna drain down this way. And we're gonna keep that ridge up there so that the water coming off the road can continue to drain down the ditch and not come onto the property. So that's where we're at so far. We fixed to start pushing and try to get some more dirt on this as Matt gets it compacted. that we got some dirt piled up and Matt's got everything packed in, I'm gonna go ahead and start spreading another layer across here so we can get some compaction on it, and then we're gonna shoot some grade on it and kind of see where we're at and how much more we need to do. Got a place lined up for us to haul some of this overburden out of here too. So we'll start getting an idea of how much we're gonna have left over and how much more dirt we need to cut to put on the pad. Well, y'all, we were making some pretty good progress out here, but like always, just part of the business, the old dozer decides to quit on us. Let me let you listen to it. What it is we know what it is. It's a exhaust throttle. I don't really know what it does. I can't explain it, but the machine does not want to run without it working properly. But if I turn it on, listen to this. So what we got is an actuator. I guess it's working some kind of flap or something in that exhaust that kind of controls the outflow. I don't know if it's like a wastegate for the turbo or what, but it's a $3,000 part for a little 4-inch. Let me just show you what the little contraption is. That little yellow piece right there, $3 grand to replace that bad boy. And naturally 4 days for it to get here. So that stinks, but Matt's on the way with Old Faithful, our little D3 dozer. She's rough and she ain't pretty, but she keeps going. All right, guys, I'm gonna show y'all real quick what we're trying to do here on this backside where this retaining wall is gonna go and how we're gonna cut this ramp back in here. But what I'm gonna do first is get up here and start pulling some of this clay off and some of this stuff with roots in it, and I'm gonna strip all of it back first, and I'm gonna put it over here on our stockpile of waste dirt that we're gonna haul out of here. And then I'll come back in here and shape it up a little bit more with some of the better dirt and throw it out there for the pad. Now that I got most of that nasty clay pulled out of here, we'll turn back around and start at this bottom, cutting into flat area where a pickup truck or a camper, RV, whatever can come in on this far end and have a little time to flatten out. Because right through this area right here, it's going to be a lean-to off the shop and a pull through. So everything on this side of it, I need it to flatten out pretty quick. So what I'm gonna try to do to get the grade of this ramp on this hill back here right alongside of this retaining wall is flatten out what I need to at bottom and get a smooth transition off the road at the top, and then tie the two together and see what it looks like. And then we'll just go from there and make any adjustments that we need to. Now that we got a little flat spot down here at the end, what I'm going to taper this back into this ramp, what I want to do is kind of angle it with the road, kind of cutting across. You can see we'll start from there and kind of angle it all the way back in over here. So it's kind of already wanting to curve into the shop. At least that's what I'm going for. Then once we get a little bit of it cut out so we can hop down and see what it looks like and how it's shaping up, we'll make a decision and go from there. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I don't waste time trying to make my cut pretty. That's what the dozer's for. I'm just trying to move dirt. That's what I run the excavator for. That's why we have the size that we have, is to move dirt as fast as possible, and then I'll come back with the dozer and make it pretty. That's just I just don't believe in wasting time and wear and tear on an excavator trying to scratch at something and make it pretty. As long as I can get it to grade, I can leave a little loose dirt behind for dress work, it's all good. All right, now that I got a pretty clearly defined slope off to the right, kind of a right-hand turn down to the back of the shop, kind of right out through that area, I'm gonna start pitching this this right-hand side up a little bit higher to kind of flatten out with this inside part. Before I was keeping it kind of sloped to the right, so your vehicle's kind of leaning in that direction to make that turn off the hill. Now I'll flatten it up while we're up here higher. I put a little dirt in the ditch. I think I'm gonna let Matt kind of make this turn in at the top of the hill and pull around by our stockpile at the load so he can get in and out of here a little faster. And then if that dump truck can sit here and use this road pretty efficiently, then a pickup truck can handle it no problem. So that'll give us a good look at how it's going to work out, what the steepness looks like and everything. But the trick is that we want to push it as far as we can. We want to make it as steep as we can and still functional, so we have as much room behind this shop as possible. Hey, I'm gonna load you this round, but when you come back, I'm gonna try to jump out there on the dozer real quick and slick that ramp, just so you can make a circle through here. You won't have to try to make that corner right down there and do all that twisting and turning. And plus, we'll get to see how good that ramp works. And I'll try to keep you some dry stuff. That's good. Dry stuff mixed in with it, so it won't. Maybe it won't stick. What got all over the back of the bed? What got all over the back of the bed? There's some kind of white stuff sprayed all over. Oh, really? Oh. 10-4. Yeah. All right, while he's gone making that load, I was telling him, I was just on the phone with him while I was loading him. I was telling him I'm gonna let him kind of pull right through here where my bucket's at. I'll load him and then he pull on out, but we want to kind of start working that ramp instead of going out the driveway like he has been, a little further outside of his tracks and go around that post to start getting that packed in, because I want to see how all that works too, because that's where that pull through is going to be at. So basically I want him making the path that a big RV or a fifth wheel is going to be making. All right, let's go hop in this little Tonka toy and see if we can't make something happen real quick. Well, y'all, we tired. It's about
I don't know, 6:30. We whooped for today. We done been out on the road since daylight and bowed up on 2 different jobs. And still got a pretty good bit of dirt left, but little ramp's working out pretty well. We're gonna call it a day. We've had enough. We'll get back out here in the morning, get to moving some more dirt out of here. What's up, you guys, and good morning. We are up and at 'em early today and rocking and rolling already. Kind of got our road cut in already. Matt's been using it, so that's good. That's what I wanted to see. We're already moving some dirt out of here. Not out, but we taking it off this side and bringing it out. And so I'm just hopping the dozer real quick and start spreading it across here and building this up a little bit more. And we're putting a dent in all this waste dirt, but still got a lot to go. But the goal is to try to get it wrapped up and knocked out today so I can get on it and start hauling in some select fill house pad material and get on to the next one. So I'm about to hop in the dozer, get some of this dirt spread down, knocked down, and spread out. Got our contractor that subbed us coming to look at it, see if he wants to make any final tweaks before we put the select fill dirt down. So let's go get at it. pull some more dirt off this slope real quick, but before I put any more out on this pad, I'm gonna get Matt to jump out here probably on that next load and walk it all in with that dump truck, get some good compaction on it before I put another layer down. But I know everything on this inside of the pad, kind of in this general area right here, is pretty tight, has been packed in multiple times already, and we hadn't been putting any dirt on this side because it's already to grade. So all of our field's going over on the other side towards the lake. So that's the area that I'm gonna need him to pack, in that outside slope over there by our pickup trucks. Wake up, boy. I don't know if y'all can see out there on the main road, but this homeowner is building a giant boathouse out here on Toledo Bend Lake, and those truck drivers got us all messed up. Stage out there on the main roads, we can't make our loop anymore. But the biggest problem is the contractor came by, wants us to steepen this ramp some, and I need to do it today so I can get moved over to the dirt pit tomorrow and start bringing in some select fill for the house pad, some sandier material for the house pad, and I'm gonna have a hard time cutting that ramp in steeper while I'm still hauling this junk dirt out of here. So we'll have to just figure that out as we go, I guess. But they've definitely put a kink in the situation for us. But hey, on a positive note, look at that pad down there. That's pretty cool. I've enjoyed this job. Getting to carve something cool out of nothing. A little sketchy sitting on the side of this hill too. Turn you down, maybe you can see the angle. But right there where my tracks are at, I'm right on the edge, so I'm trying to keep a little loose dirt out there to kind of give me something to sit up against. I don't think the wall will cave away with this thick, heavy clay, but you never know. It's just got me a little nervous. This was the cleanest way to do it. Forgot to hit record. Our contractor that we're subbing under wanted us to make this a little steeper over here, so but you understand what he's wanting to do. I think I already mentioned it. I'd rather
I'd rather make another cut than have to do some backfill. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out. See if we can't get finished hauling all this material out of here today so we can get started on that house pad. Dirt tomorrow, I don't know though. I feel like I'm gonna be cutting a little too close. So from about this point, what we're trying to do is trying to come off of this hill and hit a bay door, a shop door right in there where my bucket's at. So they can pull a fifth wheel or an RV or something just straight through the shop and out the other side so they can store it in there. That's the challenge. Now if we were putting it on the far end, we already had plenty of room to do it with the way we had this. But the contractor is telling me he's pretty sure he wants to put it on this inside corner. So we're gonna try to see if we can steepen it out a little bit and still make it usable. If not, we'll backfill a little bit. We're gonna try to make it. Matt's about to come around that curve. I don't think I ever told him we were gonna go steeper. So I sure would like to hear the thoughts in his head when he pulls up there and sees that embankment he's got to drive down. Oh yeah, just go on with it and hold on. First time I ever seen anybody get stuck coming downhill. He was spinning a tire. Probably cussing me. Good morning and welcome back to Dig Deep Outdoors. Guys, I don't know if I'm making a new video this morning or I'm adding them all together, but we're still working on this little hillside project, and we're about down to the last day to day and a half, probably a day and a half to be completely finished. But we've got probably 5 or 6 more loads of this junk dirt to haul out of here, and then I got a little bit more cutting to do on the pad and everything, and on that slope over there to get everything shaped up. And I think we got transport scheduled so we can get this rig moved over to the dirt pit and start bringing in the good stuff.
Y'all, I want to point out what I'm doing here. Just trying to kind of pre-grade this slope out. And when I get my 650 back up and running tomorrow, I'll put it up on this slope and get it packed in. All right, y'all, I left the last little bit off camera just so we could do a big reveal. Man, I've done a lot of ponds, done a lot of home projects, land clearing, but I got to say this has been one of the funnest I've done yet, just because you're actually getting to sculpt some land and you get to see the final product immediately. Whereas ponds take a while to fill up with water before you see their full potential. No pun intended, full potential, but this thing's done. So without further ado, can I have a little drum roll, please? There we go. Let's take a look at what we did. All right, y'all, we hope y'all enjoyed this one. That's right, hats backwards, we done. But I hope y'all enjoyed this one as much as we did. Put a lot of work into it in a short amount of time. But I think it's a work of art, in my opinion. But I do like art, drawing and stuff. I like being creative, and This is just sculpting with clay, sculpting with dirt. Anyway, all right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stay safe out there. Continue to dig deep, and we'll see you later.